morning, good morning. How you guys doing? All good, I hope. Today, June 11th. Yes, June 11th, 2020. Jess, she's showering real quick, and she'll join me as soon as she gets done. We're running kind of late today, so we gotta get her to work. So she'll come out and do hers as soon as she's done. But okay, dear Father, so thank you, Lord. Praise you for all your goodness, for everything you do, all the lessons you teach us, and just the love, compassion that you have for this world. And I just pray, Lord, that your message reaches the people it needs to reach, and that the words resonate inside each person's heart and soul, Lord. I just pray anyone right now that's struggling, going through a hard time, that you show up for them, Lord. In Jesus Christ's holy and name I pray. Amen. Alrighty. Oh, another thing. So like, it's what we do in the morning devotions it's awesome. It's really good to do, but this alone is not enough. Like, if you're looking for a deep spiritual connection and really have that relationship with God, meditation and contemplation, those are two essentials. And so like, you got outward prayer, and then you got meditation, which is you can meditate and just clear your mind, or you can meditate on which after you do that enough, and you look for the God within, and you get yourself centered and all that good stuff, and then you can like start visualizing things. Like, if you visualize yourself as a funnel, like an upside down triangle, and then your head, it's like a black void, and then imagine like the sun is radiating into your body, and have your hands flat on your knees. Like, sometimes when you do it, you want to be upwards, palms upwards, to receive God's grace. Or if you're trying to heal, you want to heal your body, and you imagine that, and just imagine the golden rays of the sun coming down, or from God. It's like God's own divine connection right to you, and just filling your body up on like water being filled up within you, but gold. And you visualize all this, okay? Not thoughts, not like that, just visualize. And then if you do that and you feel like you're pretty filled up, then you take your your hand or your palm, and place it wherever your body feels like you need some healing. And then at the end of that, you can like all of a sudden transport yourself to like an actual pyramid, like in Giza, and then visualize yourself walking inside that pyramid. And the top, there'll be a place where the sun comes in and then hits off of a mirror reflection and bounces down onto you, and again, just soak up that radiance from God. And then also you can get in even further than that and just contemplate on things. Like I go walking, and that's where I can do like a lot of my stuff, but I really need to do better about just getting still and quiet and closing up all my senses and just being still with God within me. I'm on the same path that all of us are on, but yeah, those are really key important things. This alone is not enough. Prayer alone is not enough. It's all different things. They all matter. But okay. Okay. No other religion, no other promises, new bodies, hearts, and minds. Only in the gospel of Christ do hurting people find such incredible hope. Joni Eareckson Tada, whatever. Okay, God will wipe away every tear from their eyes. There shall be no more death, nor sorrow, nor crying. There shall be no more pain, for the former things have passed away. Then he who sat on the throne said, Behold, I make all things new. Revelation 21, 4 through 5. Good stuff. Okay, here we go. I crown you with loving kindness and tender mercies. You need vast quantities of these blessings, and I delight in providing them for you. Your job is to open your heart fully to me, acknowledging to yourself and to me how needy you are. Many people are afraid to face their neediness because they doubt that anyone could ever provide all that they lack. Humanly speaking, this is true, but I have infinite reservoirs of blessings for my children. Moreover, my loving kindness is an eternal gift, for I have loved you with an everlasting love. I am committed to you. All of my children need mercy, compassionate treatment, and you are no exception. I offer you multiple mercies, and I do this tenderly. So come to me when you're feeling weak and vulnerable. Pour out your heart to me and rest in my presence. Remember that you are redeemed royalty, purchased with my own blood. Hold still with dignity and confidence, while I crown you with loving kindness and tender mercies. Bless the Lord, O my soul, and all that is within me. Bless his holy name. Bless the Lord, O my soul, and forget not all his benefits, who forgives all your iniquities, who heals your diseases, who redeems your life from destruction, who crowns you with loving kindness and tender mercies. Psalm 103, 1-4. The Lord has appeared of old to me, saying, yes, I have loved you with an everlasting love. Therefore, with loving kindness I have drawn you. Jeremiah 31:3. Trust in him at all times, O people. Pour out your hearts to him, for God is our refuge. Psalm 62:8. Okay, and so yeah, I had someone, I saw a post earlier talking about how, that out of 100 sheep, one went stray, and so Jesus went after the one and left the 99 behind to make sure that one was okay. And it's in terms of this whole Black Lives Matter, which, and they do very much. It's turned into something very horrible though. And so and until that one is okay, then he'll take care of the rest, right? And that's all great, that's wonderful, okay, but this is not, you're taking an incident that has happened and isolating it apart from every other race, every other individual that has been unjustly done by the police system, or anybody for that matter. It does not discriminate. So to say and isolate that one incident in turn, that's just, again, that's using scripture to manipulate and control, and it's not right, it's not okay, it's we all matter, of course all lives matter, but black people have had it differently. There's no mistake in that, but I just feel like what this turned into, for bashing people for saying all lives matter, like, because how I see that, it's like, well, wait a minute, yes, Black Lives Matter, but y'all aren't the only people affected by this. We all are. Y'all have an awesome opportunity to represent all of us. And then people that try to speak on that, they get hated on and talked, like, man, I don't understand it, like, yes, Black Lives Matter, Red Lives Matter, Blue Lives Matter, we all matter. We all matter. It's just, and then just from that simple suggestion, but it's on both sides. Both are hating on the other, and it's just completely missing the point of both sides. And I'm saying post that, well, when we say Black Lives Matter, we're not saying that the white lives don't matter, whatever. But maybe not specifically. But what you are saying, though, is that we only care about our race. We only want to see changes for our race. And that's just keeping the separation and divide. Why not be more inclusive? Why not? You're falling right. I feel like you're falling right into their hands. I feel like you're falling right into the people in power's hands. Whenever you take a slogan like that and then become hateful when someone's got a different view on it, especially someone with a loving view that wants to include everybody, not at all stealing anything away. Like the people affected by this the most. The people unjustly done need to be the ones in the front line of this thing, for sure, most definitely. But you have the opposite opportunity to represent all of us, and it's just being squandered. It's just being crapped all over, and this is what this made me think of. It's a little bit, but much love to everybody, and this turns you off what I just said. I'm sorry about that. In no way I mean to offend at all. I just feel like there's a higher way of thought. I feel like there's a better way of thinking instead of these low vibrational, hateful, like if you're hateful and so close-minded to someone's point of view, you need to take a look at that. Like, that's a problem. That's a big issue. This shouldn't be that way. Our hearts need to be open. We need to be accepting of everyone's points of view. If it's beneficial, if it's helpful, if it's not being hateful, if it's not spreading, ugliness, hey, I don't agree with that. But hey, maybe you have a point. You can represent that. I'm gonna keep representing what I represent. Like that, but we don't live in a perfect world, and I know that, and we got issues we're seeing that we really need to work on. God's gonna see this through, but we can't expect God to do it for us. We're here living this life for a reason, for us to take responsibility and to handle things, and hopefully for the best possible outcome, which is not being done right now. But I have faith that that God will come in our hearts and will help motivate us and get us in gear and get us through this thing, for sure. So then, each of us will give an account of ourselves to God. Romans 14:12. If you are loving to God with all your heart, mind, and soul, you will have to be deliberate about protecting your heart, mind, and soul. That's why to follow Jesus in this self-centered, lust-filled world, you'd be wise to set up some boundaries to keep you safe. Before temptation can reach you, find ways to push it further away. I'm far from perfect, but let me share with you the defenses I have set up to keep me safe. Rather than simply hoping I have the strength to get out of trouble when temptation knocks, I've decided to do my best to keep temptation from ever getting close to my front door. As I tell you the things I do, you need to remember these are for me. Knowing my weaknesses and vulnerabilities, here's what I do. I've decided to eliminate all temptation I could think of on my computer with the tracking software that sends a detailed and scored list of every single click I make, every single click. This weekly report goes to 2 different men, both of whom have the authority to remove me from my role as pastor. If I didn't have this boundary in place, there might be times that I found myself vulnerable. Now that I have no access, I am not even tempted. I no longer have the option to jump over the edge into an abyss that would wreck my heart, destroy my marriage, and undermine my calling. Why would I resist a temptation in the future when I have the power to eliminate it today? Who knows your secrets? How can others help you uphold your boundaries? Power lift. Dear God, I know I'm accountable to you, but I also want to be accountable to others. Help me know who I can trust with my secrets. And this is a great one, pornography on internet. It's very easy to do, very easy to go to, and in your relationship, it's really unhealthy. And it's bad enough whenever you're single because of how it has you objectify women, how it has you. It just takes the meaning of that very spiritual, godly act, and it just diminishes it, And then when you're in a relationship, you got someone that deserves all your love and attention, and then you need to look at someone else, I think about that would happen to you, like if your partner, especially if you're a woman, if your partner, or if you're a man, even if you're a man and your partner, they just couldn't go without their porn, yeah, you're good and all, I love you, I'm with you, but I just gotta have my porn though. Yeah, there's something up there you need to take a look at. The person you're with should captivate you and do it all for you. Meet all your needs, and if there's needs that aren't being met, talk with them, share with them what's going on. Another big problem with that is communication. And then if you're in celibate recovery or any kind of thing like that, what you can do is, if you don't have this kind of software costs money, but what you can do is you can tell them, hey, I'm getting a chip, for porn, and then your brothers can hold you accountable whenever you have a thought, whenever whatever's going on. There scriptures in Ephesians, about the renewing of your mind, and putting on the armor of God, so instead of feeding into that temptation, you can, for one, it's a choice. No matter whether you don't even need the software. You choose what you click on. You choose the site you type in. Because before you even go there, then right then and there, take that and give it to God. Pray about it. And then accountability partners, is great as well. That you can hit someone up. Hey, I was just thinking I might want to check this site out, and I'm just thinking I probably shouldn't. What's going on? How's your day going? It's just a great thing, a great tool to have. There are people out there that love and care about you and want you to live the best life you can live, the best quality of life you can live, and help you give the life that your partner deserves and the love and respect that they deserve. Is it necessarily watching porn? Is it bad? Is it oh my God, you're going to hell? Is it no, it's not. But it diminishes the person you're with, and it objectifies a very sacred act. That's all. So in that sense, it's no good. It is not a good thing. But there's a lot worse things. That was on my list of things to stop. Because of her, it was up there with the rest. But if I was anybody else, it probably wouldn't have been that important to me. But thankfully, I got someone that helps me rise to the better standard. Someone that I know that does the best standard that anyone could possibly do. She's amazing. I've never met someone like this, ever met anyone like this. Especially whenever things that I did at the beginning of the relationship that was not good at all, not in any way good, and she never did anything to get back at me. She's very upset, very hurt still to this day about it. But she's working on. She forgives me, but she can't forget it. And she's working her best about that. But she doesn't get spiteful. She doesn't, go out and try to do things to hurt my heart. And that's just an amazing person. And I just try to honor her by just never even thinking or attempting anything at all like what I've done before, and really giving her the love and respect she deserves, you know. And that's what life's all about, learning from your mistakes, you know. We're gonna make them, it's gonna happen, and I hate sometimes it has to be at the expense of others, you know. It's not fair sometimes, but that's why we're here, you know. It happens to all of us, you know, and to find somebody that can help you rise to the occasion and rise above is just such a blessing, especially for me. Like, I'm just so grateful to her, and it's just awesome. Getting there. Come to me, Matthew 11:28, where sin and sorrow stops and the song of the saints starts. Do I really want to get there? I can right now. The questions that truly matter in life are remarkably few, and they are all answered by these words. Come to me. Our Lord's words are not do this or don't do that, but come to me. If I will simply come to Jesus, my real life will be brought into harmony, and my real desires, I will actually cease from sin, and will find the song of the Lord beginning in my life. And have you ever come to Jesus? Look at the stubbornness of your heart. You would rather do anything than this one simple childlike thing. Come to me. If you really want to experience ceasing from sin, you must come to Jesus. Jesus Christ makes himself the test to determine your genuineness. Look how he used the word come. At the most unexpected moments in your life, there is this whisper of the Lord. Come to me, and you are immediately drawn to him. Personal contact with Jesus changes everything. Be foolish enough to come and commit yourself to what he says. The attitude necessary for you to come to him is one where your will has made the determination to let go of everything and deliberately commit it all to him. And I will give you rest. That is, I will sustain you, causing you to stand firm. He is not saying, I will put you to bed, hold your hand, sing you to sleep. But in essence, he is saying, I will let you out of bed. I will get you out of bed, out of your listlessness and exhaustion, and out of your condition of being half dead while you're still alive. I will penetrate you with the spirit of life, and you will be sustained by the perfection of vital activity. Yet we become so weak and pitiful and talk about suffering the will of the Lord. Where's the majestic vitality and the power of the Son of God in that? Yeah, like, you know, I got a pastor that he says he's suffering for Jesus, right? But he does it in the most brilliant way. You know, things that he's blessed with, things that God has blessed him with, awesome opportunities. That's him suffering for Jesus. You know, like, life doesn't have to be about suffering. We all have our moments of suffering. You know, we all have our hard times, our trials. You know, but the sunshine always comes after the rain. Unless your mind just wants to perpetually stay and think, oh, things are never going to get better. Life just sucks. Like, I'm just not going to get over this. It's a very stubborn mindset, and it won't ever get better, and your life will stay crappy, you know. Or you can be hopeful and see life as a glass half full kind of person, you know, and come to Jesus, and yeah, he can give you amazing days to suffer, you know, and then you realize that even on your worst days, the worst suffering is a blessing, because you learn such valuable things. Like, in your hardest times is when you have your most growth, your most insights, your most wisdom, and this is how you learn to be the best person, you know, especially if you're geared that way. Some people just get worse, and it's so sad, you know, but hey, you know, that's life, you know. I'm gonna take it with a grain of salt, but yeah, you know, he is the liberator. You know, you come to him, and really your problems are no more problems no longer. They're lessons. They're teachers, you know, no longer burdens. So that's really cool. I like this one. Let's see, she coming out soon. Let's see, she's got a little time to do it still. A little time. Okay, regarding the weak. Blessed is he who has regard for the weak, for the Lord delivers him in times of trouble. Oh, I mean, there's lunch in there. I mean, what you made for dinner was awesome. It was awesome dinner last night. It's in the plate. If you just want to put it in your lunchbox or something, you take it.
I ate it.
Oh, you ate yours? No, we didn't eat dinner last night, baby. But it's awesome. It's really good if you want to pack it up.
Here. Get the door. Get the door. Get the door.
Here, come.
Here. Oh, shit. I forgot to give you one of your heart pills. No, I didn't.
I'm sorry.
No, I didn't. Right?
Mm-hmm. Did you give me my testosterone?
Yeah, that's one.
Okay, thank you.
Is that my coffee?
Oh, I don't think so, but you can have some of it.
You didn't bring my coffee?
I don't know, baby.
Is your coffee next to you?
No, that was my coffee. I know that. Okay, imagine having a child who, blessed is he who has regard for the weak. The Lord delivers him in times of trouble. Imagine having a child who doesn't seem to care much for other people. He or she is completely absorbed in self-centered activities, always planning for personal gain and never making any real sacrifices for anyone else. Even when confronted with desperate need, this child seems not to be moved. How will you feel about this child when he is in trouble? As a parent, your sympathies will naturally lead you to take care of your child, but with what enthusiasm? If the child has demonstrated no feeling for others, you will likely have a strong desire for him to learn compassion. On the other hand, how would you feel about a child who has always gone out of his way to love everyone else? Your compassions are stirred for someone who is by nature compassionate. When a sympathetic person is in deep trouble, he has the sympathy of others to draw on. So it is with God. He loves every one of us, even those who are cold-hearted, but he delights in rescuing a compassionate person. If we really focus on others, God will often let us sit in our difficulties for a while until we learn how others have felt in their need. Indeed, those who have regard for the weak always have God's sympathetic ear. The problem is that we get so quickly wrapped up in our own agendas at times that we hardly notice the needs around us. It isn't that we don't care about other people, we just don't care enough to feel their pain or even to notice their hardships. We are too occupied with our own business. In His mercy, God cares for our needs regardless of our level of compassion, but He cares for them more readily, more powerfully, and more demonstratively if we have demonstrated His nature towards others. Do we withhold grace? Then grace will be hard to find. Or are we examples of mercy? If so, we will have mercy in abundance. And I feel like this is just an awesome one for right now, for what's going on, especially with the whole BLM and all that stuff, just the whole, of going about it in color. It's just keeping the racist aspect of it going. But at the same time, though, to sit here and have mercy, instead of judging people and hating on them for their view on it, everyone's view is okay. And as long as it's not hurting or damaging or disrespectful, everyone's view is acceptable, and they all have their points, and people that have been wrongly done by police, no matter the color or race, they all deserve our mercy, And then could you even go as far as to say, hey, we live in a messed up system. We live in a system corrupt that breeds corrupt cops. Could you have mercy on them that are doing this, we are all responsible and in control of our actions. But when it starts from birth, being programmed and manipulated to be a certain way, that you lose all your sensitivity for others, half of it's their fault, the other half is this world, and that's why God calls us not to be a part of this world, and to rise above, to show mercy where most will not show mercy. And it's not always easy to do, not always easy to do at all, and justice is well earned and deserved. And, it's not that anyone should be given a pass at all, but the hate that's being bred from this is not okay either, and it's not acceptable. But,